y'all, welcome back to another video. So I know y'all seen the title and I'm gonna get into that in a second, but I did just want to go ahead and tell you guys that I have been MIA because of those reasons, and and I am just now back to doing nails, y'all. So this is my first client since I think about 2 weeks, basically since the last time I posted, y'all. This is my first client. I just been going through a lot of stuff, and we'll talk about it in a second, but she wanted this simple, well, I won't say simple, this milky white set. She did have an inspo pic. I will link the picture above right here for you guys. But she did want it a little shorter. So it was super easy, y'all. I have been doing the 1B method lately. Not on this finger, but I did it on a couple fingers, and I just find myself getting faster and faster with each set that I do. I've really been cutting my time down in half. Like when I first started doing nails, even a set like this would take me like 4 to 6 hours, y'all. I think I did this set in like an hour and 45 minutes, or maybe, I don't know, like an hour 45, maybe 2 hours and 15 minutes, if that. And I felt like I was moving slow, like I wasn't even moving as fast as I could have moved. And I had to do, I had to fix one of her fingers. So we had to do like a soak off on one of them just to get the nail off, because I put it on crooked before I started any of this. So I feel like it could have been done in probably an hour and a half, which is crazy for me because y'all know, if you've been here since the beginning, y'all know that I take forever, or I used to take forever to do nails. So I'm super, super proud of myself for coming this far and getting my sets down to a time frame where it's good for the client and good for myself, if that makes sense. So yes, you guys, happy Mother's Day, happy belated Mother's Day. And I know everybody has been hitting me up on Instagram, asking me like where I'm at and am I doing okay and this and that. And y'all, I'm fine. Like, don't let what I'm going through think that, or let y'all think that I'm not okay. I'm definitely fine. Like, I'm not sitting at home boohoo crying. If you follow me on my personal pages, you will definitely know that I am not at home boohoo crying, but I am going through a divorce, and it was not like I don't know how to explain it, y'all. Like, it wasn't a random thing. It's something that's kind of like been building up for months now. And we just like didn't talk about it. And we were kind of like basically like testing the waters just to see if we could get it right. But it just was not working, y'all. Like, we were just not working. We are not compatible at all. Like, we are not compatible. I'm an Aquarius, and I am very, very, very nonchalant. I can be a B sometimes. Like, I don't really show my emotions too much, just because honestly I don't have too many. Like, not a lot of things bother me, if that makes sense. So and I'm very great and easy, not easy. I'm very great and good at just, like cutting people off, letting people go. So there's no issue with me ever like letting somebody go. And she's basically completely opposite. Like, my wife is complete opposite, and she is very sensitive, very emotional. Everything bothers her, like everything. Even when I'm joking about stuff, like, it bothers her a little bit. So I don't know. It was just, that's obviously not the only reason that we're getting a divorce. I'm not going to go into detail, or we will literally be sitting here all day, y'all. Like, I mean, all day. And I'm not going to put all the blame on her. I'm not that type of person. I'm a very, very, very blunt person. And I'm a very, very, very honest person. So I can't sit here and say that the divorce is because of her. I feel like it is definitely mutual on both ends as to why it came to this and why we are getting a divorce. But I would just like to say that what y'all saw, how y'all saw us up here is really how we are in real life. Like, it wasn't fake and it wasn't phony or anything. It's just those were our good moments, so to speak. And we just had more bad moments than we had good. And I just felt like it was really outweighing like all the good things that I could think about. And Like, we would just argue over the smallest things. And I'm one of those people who I'm not going to sit and argue with you. Like, there isn't going to be an argument. I'm going to make my point, and that's going to be that. And like, that's just that. Like, I don't feel like I should be arguing with anyone every day. Like, there's no reason I should be arguing with you every single day. And she's a very argumentative person, and she won't let stuff go really until she feels like she has the upper hand. And that was something that I just couldn't deal with. And it has been going on for forever, y'all. So that was just one of the things, like, y'all, when I tell y'all, like, it's been so much, like, and honestly, there was never like any cheating. There was never none of that. Like, none of that has to do with why we were breaking up. It's literally just us not being compatible. Like, we are not compatible for each other. And I've told her that like several times, and it was kind of like, I felt like she wanted to work it out more than I wanted to work it out. So in a way, I do kind of feel at fault for it, just because I'm one of those people who I don't like, once my mind is set on something, it's set on something. Once I'm done with you, I'm done with you. Once you cross me or you do something weird to me to where I just cannot forgive you, then it's just done. So, and I felt like we had gotten to that point with everything that had been talked about and gone on. Like, there was stuff with my home and some more stuff, y'all, that went on that I'm not going to go into detail about, but like, it was just too much. Like, it was too much done to me personally for me to ever go back to somebody like that. So yeah, once I'm done, y'all. And that's where I'm at right now. But overall, you guys, honestly, I have been really, really good. Like, I've been in a better space than I was a week ago. Like, the only thing that really got me down was things that happened in my home and me having to fix up my home. So y'all can do what y'all will with that. But that's really why I've been MIA, just because I've been having to get everything with my house together and just resituate myself, basically, like regroup. And y'all, it's just, I don't know. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot, but I've also, y'all, I've been partying, okay? Like, when I say I've been partying, like, I partied literally for a week straight this past week. Like, no lie. Like, and I had so much fun, y'all. Like, I had so much fun. Like, you have to think about, like, when you're in relationships, I feel like sometimes you get really complacent. And sometimes when you get in relationships, you tend to block out the rest of the world. And it tends to just be you and that person. But I feel like you definitely need to remain yourself and not lose yourself in relationships. And I do feel like you should still always, you know, have your girl days, or if you're a guy, have your guy days. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to have some type of separation between you and your spouse to where you can just relax and chill without them. And I feel like I didn't have that in 3 years. Like, I feel like I was always with her, and it was just beginning to get a little bit overwhelming, because if you know anything about Aquarius are very, like, honestly, I don't even think we're supposed to be in relationships, if you wanted me to be very, very blunt. Like, Aquarius are they're very independent. Like, I can do literally anything that I want to do by myself. I do not need anybody to ever support me. And that is always in my mind. So when I'm in relationships, it's so easy for me to leave because I know that I have me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know that I have me. And it shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't think like that all the time. But it's just something that I've always had within me to just be able to leave. So that was just one of the reasons why I was just like completely over it, because I just feel like if I'm going to be stressed out, I'm going to be stressed out over different reasons, not over somebody that I'm married to. But like I was saying, you just have to, when you are in a marriage or even when you're in a serious relationship, I just feel like you cannot lose yourself, and you shouldn't really block out your friends, or not block them out, but like, you shouldn't stop hanging with your friends. You shouldn't stop doing what you did before you met that person to a certain extent. You know what I'm saying? Like, certain things should still be done. You should still have your time. Like everybody should have their me time, if that makes sense. And you should still be able to take trips and do what you want to do with your friends or even by yourself, just to have a breather. And I feel like sometimes when you get married or when you're in a long-term relationship, that all of that can go away. And mind you, we used to love doing stuff together. Like we never had an issue doing anything together until like towards the end of our relationship. And that's where I kind of like stopped doing stuff with her, because every time we would go out, it would be a problem, or she would get too drunk and just start acting crazy. And I don't like that. I'm a happy drunk. I'm a very, very happy drunk. Okay. So, so all that yelling and getting mad when you get drunk, I don't even like to go out with people like that. And that was just a whole nother reason, y'all. Like that was a whole nother reason. It was just a lot, y'all. It was a lot. And I keep saying I don't want to go too much into detail because I don't want to bash her. That's not what I'm up here to do. Like, even though we are not good right now at all. Like, when I say we're not good, like, it's not good. Like, if I don't ever have to speak to that lady again, I will never speak to her again. However, I'm not going to get up here and bash her as if she was the only one who did stuff in the relationship to make it end, if that makes sense. So I take my part and my responsibility of what went down or why stuff happened the way that it happened. And I was definitely the one to say, no, I'm not working it out, because she still wanted to. But yeah, once I'm done, I'm done. And I was done and I was fed up. And yeah, I don't let anybody play with me. So that's what's been going on, y'all, literally within 2 weeks. But it obviously, all of this did not just transpire over 2 weeks. Obviously, it's been going on for a while, a few months. And y'all know I'm an open book. I know y'all up here like, why is she telling us all of her business? Oh my God. But y'all know, like, y'all already know how I am. I tell y'all everything. Like, I tell everybody everything. It's never a situation with me where I'm embarrassed by anything that's happening in my life, or I just have to keep it. Excuse me. Y'all, I swear I'm catching a cold. Sorry, y'all. Oh, that was so ugly to do on the mic. But anyway, so yeah, it's never anything with me to where I feel like I have to keep a secret from anybody. I'm very much an open book. Like, of course, I'm not going to tell my whole life, like every single detail. But I mean, these are things like, y'all met my wife before. You know what I'm saying? So if you never see her again, y'all are going to wonder, well, what the fuck happens? Right? So I just decided to share it with y'all because I feel like we're really all family here, even though there are some haters that still follow me for whatever reason and still check my videos, still see what I'm doing, still keep up with me. That's fine. Like, I don't care about stuff like that. I feel like if people are doing that, then you're doing something right. So, but even though all that, I really don't care. I don't care to ever keep anything personal that isn't too deep a secret from y'all. I don't know. But I've always been like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've always been an open book. I've always been somebody who quote unquote tells their business, whatever. But it's never been, I don't know. It's just never been that deep for me. And honestly, everybody has always told me like, you should really do a podcast, because I'm very talkative and I love to have deep conversations with people, and I love to have debates with people about certain topics. And sometimes I just feel like, you know, YouTube for me is low-key an outlet, and I know people get on YouTube for it to be their outlet. So maybe this is somewhere where y'all can talk about, you know, what may or may not be going on, and you're in a similar situation and you just had nobody to talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like, my lines are always open. I know there was somebody, I don't know if they follow me on YouTube, probably, I think they do, but somebody messaged me, and after I said that I just been going through a lot on Instagram, and they messaged me back, and they basically said, you know, I'm going through a lot too, and it's just been a lot going on in their life, and they haven't really had anybody to talk to. So for me to have posted that, even though I didn't even give any details really, for me to have posted that, it kind of let that person open up to me. So I feel like sometimes people need that, and I feel like sometimes they won't ever say anything because nobody else is talking about that situation either, if that makes sense. So I'm glad to be a part of you all's lives, and you know, we always talk up here. We always chop it up. I feel like I really know some of y'all. Like, I know some of y'all kids' names. Like, I've seen some of y'all kids' pets. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like even though this is a huge platform and there are very much random people following me and this is my life, it's just something that I don't mind being open about, and that's just my personality. I really don't mind ever talking about what's going on in my life, whether it's a death, a breakup, just personal stuff with me. I am not somebody who really gets depressed, so to speak. I don't really get in like depression modes. I really have a lot of coping mechanisms that I do just because I've been there in my life before where I was depressed, and I just don't let stuff get to me like that anymore. Like, I simply take everything that is built up within me and I put it into my work. I put it into a new business idea. Like, that's just been how I have been since I had my son. Like, I feel like there's nothing in this world to make me sit and really like cry about anything, if that makes sense. And I really hope you guys take something from this video, even though I'm just kind of like blabbing on about my life going downhill. Well, I can't even say that. Honestly, I can't even say my life is going downhill. Honestly, I feel like my life is almost like elevating because I am getting this divorce. But yeah, anyway, I really hope that me talking about this, or me just, you know, talking about this situation maybe help somebody else, because maybe you're going through something at home or with a certain somebody and you just really don't have anybody to talk to. Girl, boy, get through it. It is not the end of the world. I promise you. Like, things in the moment seem like the end of the world, but I promise you they are not. Like, things get so much better once the storm is over. And that's just something that people really have to remember. Like, don't ever think that those temporary things that you're going through are going to last forever. Nothing, like literally nothing lasts forever. So I'm just here to say, get out your funk. It's summertime, girl. Like, we got to have a hot girl summer. So get it together. But anyway, y'all, this is pretty much the end of the video. I didn't talk through the whole video and didn't even give y'all a tutorial, but I know y'all were all wondering where I was and y'all were wondering about the title. And yes, it's true. I am not playing no prank on y'all. Like, she's a goner. She's out of here. I know y'all liked her, but hey, it is what it is, y'all. I have to be happy too. And I just wasn't happy anymore. So, you know, don't ever stay in situations. If you are not completely happy, do not ever stay in a situation where you are not completely happy. No matter what other, like, if you're trying to outweigh the good and bad, you shouldn't even have to do that. Like, I am a firm believer. I am a firm believer in, if it is forced, if you are forcing something, if you feel like you are forcing something, it's not for you. Like, it's not for you. Anything that has to be forced is not for you. Relationships, friendships, like a job, if you don't enjoy it, if it's not making you happy almost every single day, of course you're going to have hard times, but if it's not overall making you happy or making your life more simple, or, you know, like making you want to live in it, then that's not for you. And it's not for you. Like, it just isn't. And I don't know. I just really feel like people get so complacent and people get so stuck on, well, this part of it is good, but this part sucks. Maybe if it ain't all good for me, then it ain't for me. And that is really how I live my life. I'm never going to sit somewhere where I'm not happy, and I'm never going to force anything to, y'all, I'm just looking at this 3D flower. That 3D flower was lit. Like, it really came together really quick. I did those 3D flowers so quick, y'all. Like, even though this part is sped up, like, the 3D flowers came out so good. I was so happy about them. And I was using extra white core powder by Young Nails, with a little bit of acetone. But anyway, you guys, this is how the nails came out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it was kind of like, I don't know, I hope not low-key depressing, but it probably was for a few of y'all. just because it's a sad thing to talk about, but I am over it, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. I have a lot of content coming up, and I can't wait to talk to y'all in my next video. I love y'all so much. Mwah. Bye.